Draw one by the Rebels. Back into their own zone is Yellowaga back for it. It'll go D to McInnes. And Wrigley up the far side, chipped off the wall, out to center. Tamu to the blue line and knocked off of his stick right to the blue line of the Rebels, to the near wall, and muscled into the Edmonton zone. Bawa pinned along the near side, taken away by Paul Anderson. To the red line, he'll flip it into the Red Deer zone. Yellowaga back forward as the two number 7s collide, and now Max Curran to the left wing for Edmonton. The WHL's Player of the Week, set wide there by Gower. Now a bouncing puck picked up here by Adam Yeko, the St. Louis Blues prospect. Yeko to the blue line, circling the zone, shovels it to the corner. Now a work to the middle by Andrew O'Neill, leaves it for Ryan Gower. He'll take it wide. Gower behind the net for Edmonton now. Working up the near wall, he's bumped along the near side, swung up the wall and out by Red Deer. Chip back to the far side and a hand on opening weekend before heading down to the AJHL.
So he likes playing the Rebels.
He apparently does. Landon Hansen likes playing Lethbridge. Jensen Marsh likes playing the Red Deer Rebels. At the red line, just like Grayson Sauchin did. Remember his numbers against Red Deer? Lucas Sauchin does too, apparently.
There's a few guys over the years. Trey Fix-Wolanski used to feast on the Red Deer Rebels.
Comes back in. The minute Landon went and got the puck out of the net, you knew immediately, which was awesome to see. Comes to the blue line of the Red Deer zone and sent into the left wing corner. Behind the net, Yellowaga will get it on the near side. He'll flip it off the board, or flip it out, and glove down there by McSwain, and flipped in by Edmonton, taking the other way, though off a turnover. We're down the right, Simcoe out to play it. At the far wall, there is Craig. He'll backhand it off the boards and out into the neutral zone, near side. There's Chichkin to the red line and fired in. A big hit there on Chichkin, being delivered by Nico Sukumis. To the right circle, quick shot, stopped by Simcoe. Comes off the rebound to the near side. Craig got it up to Nico Sukumis to the red line. Now the blue, he'll chip it in, chase after it. Into the corner. Way to check there. Did Sukumis on Cohen Lodge. Out the other way come the Rebels though. Peterson on the near side, flipped in to the Edmonton zone. Simcoe swings it around the far wall. Was picked up there by Paul Anderson, but couldn't quite get it out. Now McKenzie on the far wall. He'll get it to Lee up the wing for Yeko. Back across McKenzie. Right side now cuts through the middle into the Red Deer zone. McKenzie deking his way in left side. Quick shot from a sharp angle. Stopped by Condro. Rings all the way around to the right wing side on the clearing attempt by Red Deer. Now Yeko to the right circle. He'll get it to Paul Anderson. Anderson works it to the middle. Has some space. A shot stop. Rebound in front. Skate of Matthew Condro. One to the circle. Quick shot off the draw from Yeko is stopped by Condro. Picked up here by the Rebels. They'll get it out of the zone to the red line, and Paul Anderson for Ethan McKenzie in the Edmonton zone. He'll try and spin away from traffic. Now galloping ahead. Here comes Ethan McKenzie with a head of steam through center, deking his way through traffic into the zone, left wing side, offside.
Curling up the ice.
Draw one here by the Oil Kings, sent into the Red Deer zone around the far side. Comes low there for McInnes. Behind the net up the far wall. Out through the middle. Wheeling it ahead here are the Rebels. Send it across. Quick shot. Pat save made by Simcoe. Off the stick of Landon McSwain. Out through center now is Yeko. Into the Red Deer zone. Knocked off a Yeko stick. He'll get it back though as Curran forced the... Behind the Red Deer cage. Drop feed, and the Rebels will skate ahead to the near wall. It's Feuder through neutral ice. Sent into the Edmonton zone. The far wall. Comes behind for McKenzie. He'll quickly send it out of the zone. Condro out of his net to play. 45 seconds to go here on the penalty to Max Curran. Matoush Lisi skates ahead for Red Deer to the left wing side. Dranchak will send it into the Edmonton zone. Off a skate in front. What a save by Simcoe! Oh my! And sent over the net. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Ethan Simcoe.
Watching on Victory Plus. Let's take a look at this replay because it comes off the end boards. Cohen Lodge had the entire net to shoot at, but somehow Simcoe was able to dive out in time and rob Lodge of what appeared to be a sure goal. It was a dump in from center ice by Samuel Dranchak, was going around the Edmonton net, hit a rut in the boards, popped right out in front of the crease, and Lodge, quick one-timer, trying to pick the low corner, and somehow Simcoe made the save, and then another rebound came out front, And a shot attempt from Nate Yalawaga deflected.
Send it into the Edmonton zone. Off a skate. In front. What a save by Simcoe. Oh, my. And sent over the net. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Ethan Simcoe flying through the air like Superman.
Man, he goes out to play that puck, and it takes a crazy bounce right into the slot. He's like a guy who fell out of his dinghy in shark-infested waters, desperate to get back in position. What a save.
Unbelievable. Just throw your body in front of it. Onto the near corner, left wing side. On the near wall, Lisi to the middle. To the slot, and turning and firing was Cohen Lodge. Couldn't get enough mustard on that one. Gonna roll it up the near side. Dranchak pinned along the near boards. Williams, Curran winds through into the Rebel zone. Had it roll off his stick out of the box. Back to even strength now. Edmonton is 1-for-1 on the PK. Into the Edmonton zone again, down the left wing side. Peterson at Red Deer, sent off the wall behind the Edmonton net, and at the side of the net, it took another weird bounce, and now Blake Fiddler will send it around the far side. And Yeko, he'll carry it out in the neutral ice for Edmonton through the middle. Here's Max Curran into the zone. Curran slows up, now leaves it. There's Anderson, he'll take it wide in front. Yeko right in his feet, couldn't find it, now side of the net. Anderson tried to bank it off, now it's at the side. Take this one against Beckett Hamilton. One here by the Oil Kings, but knocked off the stick of Anderson and flipped off the glass and out by Red Deer. Back into the Oil Kings here by Talon Brigley. Fights off the check and gets it up the near wall for Max Curran. To the red line, right side of Ginla. He'll just chip it into the Red Deer zone, and now fired out by the Rebels. Comes behind the net of Simcoe, comes out to play it with right on his hip Cohen Lodge. Through the middle, missed the intended target and sent back into the Edmonton zone. Josh Lee back for it, he'll wait. 35 seconds to go on the penalty to Alexei Chichkin. On the near wall and sent out to the neutral zone. O'Neill leaves it for Josh Lee. Works ahead for Edmonton to center. Into the zone, nice move, gets it right side for Anderson. Takes it into the corner and pushes it behind the net, misses Lee, and it's sent out again by the Oil Kings. McInnes chipped behind the net. To the near side, Beckett Hamilton to the far boards. Dodging a check, McInnes will send it back along the near side. Off the wall to the left point, Paul Anderson to the circle, it's Max Curran, he'll try and center it, and try to sift it through, didn't quite make its way to Yeko on the far side. Sent out of the zone by Red Deer and along the near boards, just about 18 to play here in the second. Pick free from the crowd, here's Beckett Hamilton from the circle, a shot, missed, and then a block, or a one here by the Oil Kings to the near side. Reese Peterson to Ryan Gower on the far wall. Comes behind the net. There it is, Nate Yalawaga up the far side. Banked off the boards and out by Red Deer. Back into Oil King territory, and Reese Peterson is back for it behind the Edmonton cage. As Peterson kind of ran into his teammate there, I think it was Ryan Gower that he got bumped into. Or Yeko it might have been. McInnes to the far side, Yalawaga worked ahead and down the left wing in the Edmonton zone, tried to center it off a skate. Behind the net, Gower shoved behind the cage to the ice again he goes. And now the Rebels try and center it, a rolling puck picked up there by Williams, just out of the reach of Nico Sakumas. Keith McInnes to the far side, sent across, Dranchak, drop feed, Copeland had it knocked away from him. He'll recover and get it back to center. Edmonton, there is Peterson to center. Ginla spins it back in his own zone for Gower. Now to Peterson, to the red line. He'll send it into the Red Deer zone. Quickly. Wilkins have done a good job, though, in recent games responding after getting scored on.
That's true.
They had 7 unanswered on Sunday, so. Sent behind the net in Red Deer territory, up the wall for Ty Copeland, cross ice speed, and chopped into the zone by Landon McSwain. Tamil behind the net to the near side. Yeko had a hop away from him, a shot from the blue line off the end boards, bounces into the slot, a backhander floats onto Sim. Draw one here by the Oil Kings, who knocked off Blake Fiddler's stick and just outside the Red Deer line. Sent right back in by Hansen. And up the near wall. Picked up by Zane Torrey. Up the right wing side, bounced off the stick there of Shadrick, and behind the net is Talon Brigley. He'll spin away from a check. Centering feed rolled off a stick and picked up by the Oil Kings. They'll skate the other way with it. Flipped up and into the Edmonton zone. On the left side, Hansen will send it towards the net and just misses Matt Williams. Picked up by Brigley. He'll work it ahead for Red Deer. Right side, Torrey. Tam, who got in the way of that one. Now Torrey into the right corner. They intend to go here in the second. Swung behind the net. Joe Iginla had it roll away from him. Gower up the wall. Malinka's able to steal it. Held in though at the line by Red Deer. Onto the right wing. And is lodged to the blue line. There's McInnes, a shot. Blocker save made by Simcoe. Picked up here by Halinka. Out through center for Sauchin. Off the glass into the Red Deer zone. And Joe Iginla chases after it for Edmonton. Trying to knock it loose. Halinka comes free to the left side. Sauchin to the blue line. Lee spinning on the right wing. The blue line walks it back to the middle. Now takes it right side. He'll drive it wide as Josh Lee. Spins again at the half wall. To the blue line. Halinka, one-timer. Throw one by the Rebels. And behind the net, out comes Red Deer. Zane Torrey is able to get a piece of it out to the neutral zone. Yeko now back to the blue line for Tamu. Up the far side off the boards, and icing will be the call. Ty Copeland will try and center it. Sent just wide of the net. Down low. Kicked along, and Fiddler was able to get it up to the high part of the Edmonton zone. It's fished free from the crowd, and Adam Yeko, he'll dish it right wing side. Williams tried to leave it for Sukumis, intercepted though by McSwain. Right wing side, Williams tried to leave it for Sukumis, intercepted though by McSwain. Then Ty Copeland will take it the other way and try and send it ahead to Dranchak, just missed him, and it won't be icing. Fiddler up the near wall. Sukumis gets it out through the middle and out of the near side. Matt Williams will fire it into the Red Deer zone. Condro out to play it. Sent around to the right wing. Nico Sukumis trying to drive it wide. Pin. Out to the circle. There's Sauchin. He tried to center it as he was falling to the ice, and Tam, who was partially pinching in, just wasn't quite pinching in maybe quite enough to receive that pass.
Good awareness, though, by Sauchin to know there's a guy there.
Sent towards the net by Sukumis, off a skate, off the glass, and out now go the Rebels. Held in, though, by Gower. Now it's kicked out. Williams to Tamu, back at the Edmonton blue line. Gower, Noah Tamu on the near wall. Banked off the boards to Sukumis, trying to cut through the middle. Nice move there by Sukumis. To the slot, trying to backhand it towards the net. And taken away by the Rebels. They're smacked down to the right wing side by Edmonton, though, to keep it moving in the Red Deer zone. Sauchin up high. McKenzie walks in. Simcoe out of his net to play it. Comes into the near side. Lee battling. Gonna knock it loose. 3:50 to go here in this second. Sent to the blue line. Yellowagga. Right side. He'll drive it down the wing to the circle, cutting his way in, and Kern's able to get a stick on it. Now launch a shot stop. Rebound, and that one sent just wide by Shadrick. The far boards. Here's Paul Anderson for Edmonton. He'll reverse it behind the net and get it to Josh Lee. Lee, head for the Oil Kings. The near boards and off the skate of Max Curran. Back into the Edmonton zone. McKenzie, far side. Lee, swatted up the boards, and Sukumis. It rolls down, and icing will be the call. 3:16 to go. McKenzie behind the net there for Lee. Up the far side for Williams. Knocked around and bounced to the Red Deer blue line. Taken away. Curran forces a turnover. Drags, fires. The Oil Kings do an excellent job of making sure that Sam Dranchak could get the shot away. Barreling right in. D to D. McInnes now. Red Deer pushing in the Edmonton zone. Copeland sends it towards the net. Scramble in the crease, and taking away Dranchak behind the net. Out to the slot, a shot, or into the circle. Swallowed up by behind the Edmonton net. Sam up the near side. The body there of Sauchin. Comes low to Lucas Sauchin, who tucked to the ice, and now Copeland from the blue line, a shot through traffic, somehow stayed out. Comes up the near wall for Sauchin, up to Sauchin. He'll wind and fire, and kicked inside the Rebel line. And that will be Simcoe out to play. It'll chip it to the far wall. The boards, Ta'amu just exits the zone. Curran deking his way into the Red Deer zone. He'll leave it for Yeko now right side. Hansen just had it roll away from him. And Hansen on the half wall. Down the wing, Ryan Gower. He'll send it on goal. Loose in the crease, can't quite get a piece of it. There is Max Curran, who was looking for a penalty call, wasn't going to get one. On the near side, comes out to the neutral zone. McKenzie over to Yeko. Chips ahead, just hopped away from O'Neill. Into the near side, stolen there by O'Neill. Now Hansen will get it and carry it across the blue line, and he's got the stick up on Zane, muscled along the wall, and Wrigley had it knocked off of his stick. Comes to Bawa at the right wing half boards. McKenzie defending him. Trying to send it out. Comes to the right side. McInnes.
Delayed penalty coming to Edmonton.
Wrigley sent low. Knocked around, and Beckett Hamilton up high for Ty Copeland. Walks the blue, sends it on goal. That one's stopped by Simcoe. Now Bawa shovels it into the corner, but it's touched up by Edmonton. To the line, walking, Lisi. High slot, he'll spin it back up top to the blue line. Send it to the side of the net, bouncing puck as Lodge was right there. Rolling puck as Hansen or Lodge couldn't quite corral it. The battle ensues to the far wall.
It's like a black ping pong ball out there.
Comes low for Landon Hansen. He'll gallop ahead from his own zone. Now fire it up high and all the way down into Rebel territory. Lisi ahead to Dranchak. Poked away there by Yeko. Now Lisi back to his own blue line for Yellowhaga. Sent into the Edmonton zone, punched away by Simcoe. Fiddler swiped around to the far wall. Curran couldn't get to it. Bouncing to the slot, and now Dranchak to the left point. Button hooks to the left side. Down low, Lodge. He'll take it behind the net. To the right wing side for Yellowhaga. Lodge, he'll turn, he'll fire, sent just wide of the net. Coming out of the box is Josh Lee. Didn't quite take the right angle on that one. It comes out of the zone, though, nonetheless. 12 and a half to play here in the third. 5-on-5 hockey, we're back. To the left wing, Shadrick. He'll redirect it into the Edmonton zone.
Tight checking.
And picked up here by the Oil Kings to the through center. Joe Iginla. He'll chip left wing for Lucas Sauchin. Down to Iginla. Pinned along the wall. Squirts free to the far side. Wrigley. Met there by Ta'amu. It comes up to the left point. Palinka covering. He'll try and send it along the wall, but intercepted by Wrigley. And flipped out to the Oil King blue line. To the near side, Ethan McKenzie. Sent to Noah Ta'amu. And now it's left for Adam Yeko. He'll gallop ahead through center. Into the zone is O'Neill. He'll walk in, or it is Yeko, and his shot is blocked. O'Neill on the, or Sakumas now on the near side. He'll get it out to Lee. His shot. That one comes to the circle. Sakumas sends it wide. On the left wing, Lee. Down to Yeko, who looks like he's got his mouth guard dropped to the ice. He had to make sure he had that in, so he didn't get a penalty.
Yeah.
4 minutes to go here in this third period. The Rebels will skate it out. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Now Graydon Peterson chipped ahead. Sakumas sent behind. Lee. Now Anderson. Far wall. Andrew O'Neill is on it. And at the red line, fired off the end boards, and Simcoe had to glove that one. And puck comes free to Matoush Lisi. And go up the far side. Iginla collides with Lisi, and well, the goal line, Beckett Hamilton. They'll work it up the near wall and comes out to the neutral zone. Sauchin fires it in. Comes behind the Red Deer cage. To the near wall. Sent behind the net. Talon Brigley. Yellowhaga up the near side for Lisi. A rink-wide feed. And skating ahead through the neutral zone. Down the right wing side. Brigley, he'll drive it wide. Talon Brigley. Lost that one. Comes behind the cage. And chopped around to the far side. 55 seconds to go here in this third. Edmonton up 7-3. Picked up here by Blake Fiddler. Up the right wing, here comes Joe Iginla. He's already got 2 tonight. His shot is blockers aside by Condro. Now turned over, here's Lucas Sauchin in on a breakaway, alone, Sauchin across for Iginla, looking for the hat trick, he saw it coming and Iginla couldn't quite corral it.
It's a 3-on-none.